This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. I'm Marek Mazurek. A plan by the world's largest industrial property company to build a data center in a rural Indiana community failed to get off the runway as Kosciuszko County Commissioners on Tuesday unanimously voted down a request to rezone land for the project. San Francisco-based Prologis had hoped to rezone around 550 acres of farmland a few miles west of Leesburg for industrial use. The company planned to build a data center it would later lease out to a yet-to-be-determined end user. But between Kosciuszko County's Plan Commission and commissioners, not a single official voted for the rezoning. Kosciuszko County Commissioner Sue Ann Mitchell summed up the prevailing sentiment.
I believe I have done my due diligence and I have arrived at the same decision. The rezoning of property should be denied because it is not a reasonable and prudent location for this type of development.
With the zoning denial, it appears any Prologis data center project in the county is dead. The company's senior vice president of data centers, J.C. Witt, told commissioners Prologis was interested in the Kosciuszko County parcel specifically because 3 power lines converge at the site.
I've heard multiple times that we're okay with data centers, but it just can't be in this location. And I will just tell you from the individual who's trying to build a data center, it's not going to be another location. This location wasn't chosen because the land was cheap or it's easy to push around an agricultural community to kind of put something that we want there. That's not at all why we chose this land. This land was chosen because it was the least disruptive way to access a unique resource this county has, which is massive amounts of power.
Prologis had planned for the data center to include 10 buildings. They say it would have created 300 jobs and paid millions of dollars a year in property tax revenue. From the #1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
Swiss pharmaceuticals powerhouse Roche announced Monday it plans to invest $50 billion in the United States over the next 5 years, with a big part of the investment going towards a new manufacturing facility and expanded distribution operations in Indiana. Basel-based Roche AG is a parent of Roche Diagnostics, a maker of instruments to help physicians and laboratories test for a wide range of patient conditions. Roche Diagnostics' North America division, with more than 4,000 employees, is based on the northeast side of Indianapolis. The company said the investment would create 12,000 jobs across the U.S., with 6,500 of those being construction jobs for new facilities. Roche said Indiana would receive a new manufacturing facility for continuous glucose monitoring. A specific location was not disclosed. It also said, quote, significant expansions and upgrades were planned for existing pharmaceutical and diagnostic research and development centers in Indiana, Arizona, and California. Roche's announcement comes as President Donald Trump has urged foreign businesses to invest more in the United States and announced sweeping tariffs earlier this month on imports as part of a plan to reduce large U.S. trade deficits when it comes to the sales of goods. As baby boomers move into retirement and the state deals with a projected decline in population growth, Indiana companies are trying to figure out how to fill positions with fewer people entering the workforce. According to Matthew Kinghorn, a senior demographer at the Indiana Business Research Center, state population growth from 2020 to 2060 is projected to be lower than it was between 2000 and 2010. Current laborers in Indiana will also need to evolve. An Ivy Tech Community College white paper revealed that 82,000 working Hoosiers must develop new skills through non-degree credentials every year of the next decade to keep up with the state's workforce demands. Inside Indiana Business spoke to 4 large employers in the southern Indiana region: Toyota, Jasper Engines and Transmissions, Cook Enterprises, and Ascension St. Vincent, about what they're doing to recruit. For more, head to InsideIndianaBusiness.com. The founder of a gluten-free line of snacks, Jennifer Weesey, is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC. a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.